As the MCU continues to captivate audiences with its interconnected narratives and enigmatic characters, fans worldwide have taken it upon themselves to unravel the mysteries and secrets hidden within this cinematic universe. Surprisingly, many fans have come up with theories that not only ignite the imaginations, but also align with the storytelling of the beloved MCU. Join us as we take a look at some MCU fan theories that just might make a lot of sense. But before we dive into today's video, take a moment to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Number 8. There's a cover-up of the Avengers' involvement in the creation of Ultron. In the movie Avengers: Age of Ultron, Tony Stark and Bruce Banner create a global peacekeeping program called Ultron, with the intention of helping the Avengers. However, Ultron becomes sentient and develops a twisted vision of peace. Some MCU fans theorize that the government covered up the Avengers' involvement in creating Ultron, as Tony Stark is never shown facing any backlash for destroying an entire country. They suggest that the government covered it up for him and probably found a scapegoat to frame. Alternatively, it is believed that they could have made up some story about Ultron being an alien. Number 7. The Ten Rings and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings were created by the Eternals. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a fascinating connection has emerged between the two films, Eternals and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. In the Eternals, Phastos creates powerful bracelets that enables the Eternals to link up mentally. In Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Wenwu discovers the rings and gains powers and longevity. Fans have theorized that the Ten Rings could be the bracelets that Phastos created, or a version of them. Wenwu found the rings and used them to create his empire. Although Wenwu has yet to exhibit all 10 powers, because he is still a human, he still obtained enough powers to give him an advantage. Number 6. Thanos adopted Nebula to be sacrificed by Gamora. According to a theory by MCU fans, Thanos adopted Gamora as a sacrifice for the Soul Stone, knowing the price that had to be paid for it. However, he grew too attached to her and found himself coming to love her, which made it harder to put her in harm's way. So instead, he adopted Nebula with plans for the pair to get the Soul Stone together, with the intention of Gamora sacrificing her sister instead. Thanos constantly pitted the two against each other in combat to be certain that Gamora would always be the winner. Every time Nebula lost, he would replace a part of her body with cybernetics, not because he wanted her to be stronger, but actually the opposite, making sure she would always be at a disadvantage against her sister. This would also foster a deep resentment in Nebula, ensuring she would want to fight to the death even if Gamora tried to refuse. This is also why she seemed to know the price of the Soul Stone, but not Gamora. During Infinity War, Nebula instantly knew Gamora was dead when Thanos returned to Vormir with the stone and not her. In the following Avengers movie, when Clint and Natasha set off for Vormir, Nebula warns them to be careful and hopes they don't have a falling out on the way. Number 5. The Tesseract was controlling Loki. According to a theory proposed by an MCU fan, Loki may have been under more control by the Tesseract than he let people believe. Apart from his eyes glowing multiple times, he also shed a tear when Thor tried to talk sense to him. These actions suggest that Loki might not be showing just how much the Tesseract was controlling him. Number 4. Wanda gave Pietro superpowers. According to a long-running theory, it's possible that Pietro's powers were given to him by Wanda, not the Mind Stone. The show WandaVision, especially the 8th episode, clarifies that Wanda still doesn't fully understand the complete potential of her powers, and that she could have given Pietro his powers without knowing it. Agatha also confirmed that Wanda could create life and alter people's DNA, which could have been what she did for Pietro. Throughout her time in the MCU, we've already seen Wanda's powers be the reason someone gets their abilities. An instance is Monica Rambeau getting superpowers after passing through the magical hex barrier that Wanda created 3 times. If this is what happens when she uses her powers unknowingly, it is possible that Wanda gave Pietro powers at some point during their childhood. Number 3. Natasha no longer knows who she is. According to a fan theory, Black Widow's fluctuating personality traits throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe are due to her being unsure of who she is. The theory suggests that after years of pretending to be other people, Natasha has lost touch with her true identity and is experimenting with different personas. For instance, in her first appearance, she has long curly hair and is portrayed as a general badass with little personality. In Avengers, her hair is shortened, and there are some undertones between her and Hawkeye. In Winter Soldier, she has long straight hair, occasionally flirts with Steve, and gives him dating advice. By Age of Ultron, she's back to her short curly hair and has feelings for Bruce. Number 2. Natasha was Steve's first post-Peggy kiss. During their car ride to Camp Lay, Natasha asked Steve if their kiss at the mall had been his first since 1945. Although Steve replied it wasn't, evidence points towards another direction. Captain America's defrosting in 2011 happened nearly 7 decades after the plane crash. But for him, it felt like just yesterday. It's reasonable to assume he hadn't completely moved on from Peggy and wouldn't jump back into the dating scene immediately. By 2014, during the Winter Soldier events, Steve had just started to dip his toes back into dating, even though things didn't go as planned when he asked Sharon out for coffee. Considering all the responsibilities, catching up, and superhero duties he had from 2011 to 2014, it's a stretch to believe he had time for a serious relationship. Steve is also known for being slow when it comes to making the first move. While it is possible that the mystery kiss could have happened after his return with Peggy, it seems doubtful, given that Peggy had moved on, aged faster than Cap, and the reunion lacked any hint of romantic chemistry. Number 1. Tony Stark is not completely gone. The death of Tony Stark in Avengers Endgame was a heart-wrenching moment for fans. However, some believe that the genius billionaire inventor may not be gone for good. Tony Stark was known for his groundbreaking technology. It's possible that he transferred his consciousness into an artificial intelligence, leaving Ironheart to replace him, since that happened in the comics. At the end of Avengers Endgame, Tony's hologram turns to face his daughter Morgan. It's almost as if he knew she was there when he faced her exact position. Such intuition goes beyond what a mere hologram could possess. With this in mind, Iron Man's conscience could have been backed up into the old Iron Man helmet before his passing, suggesting that he may still be alive as an AI, just like in the comics. The Marvel Cinematic Universe continues to be a playground for fan theories and speculation. And whether these theories come to fruition or not, they show the passion and enthusiasm of Marvel fans, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this cinematic journey. Feel free to add your theories in the comments section below. And be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you're yet to do so. We'll see you in our next video.